Hi guys, I like to talk to you about the worst developers from a DevOps perspective and worst DevOps from a developer's perspective. The word perspective is key for the whole presentation. Let's say about me. I'm in IT for about 15 years. I'm developing small applications, big applications. I become front-end developer, back-end developer. I work as Scrum Master, as a software architect, and now I'm working as DevOps. I like to share my experience with you because I don't think DevOps is someone who needs great technical skills. DevOps is someone who got experience and can solve high-level problems of teams with low-level solutions. I will base on some stereotypes to show you my perspective. I think this is a very easy way to share my thoughts. So, who the hell is DevOps? There is as much answers as people you ask. Everybody has completely different point of view on that, and I will tell you my point of view. But not my point of view as a DevOps, but as a developer. I'm working as DevOps for a pretty short time, about 8 months. So I'm pretty new into this, but as a developer or software architect, I worked with many DevOpses, and now I can say, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry, Kamil, I'm sorry, Michael. I know my mistakes, and I hope you can avoid this in relations with guys you work on. So we're working on many different technologies. We're using Kubernetes to set up super duper modern clusters, to deploy applications as a code by just like that. Don't care about anything because there are always some abstraction that works for us. We'll use a lot of tools. As I mentioned, DevOps is not a skill, it's about experience. You don't need skill because we have Stack Overflow. We can find any answer here, but we need to know what we're looking for. If you have an idea, if you have a bigger picture of the problem, there is always someone who can help you to find a specific tool to solve it. But you have to find this. What are expectations from DevOpses? I just found few, I must admit, things I expected from DevOpses I work for, no from teams I work with. So thank you guys, you're not as bad as I was. Have you seen this cool new tool? Yeah, that's typical when you hire a new DevOps, a guy comes to the team and you think you can solve all your problems by implementing new tools. Maybe Prometheus, maybe Kubernetes, maybe Docker Swarm. Yeah. Listen, we forgot about the deployment of our project. Can you release it today? Because, you know, with so much great tools, it's piece of cake to create deployment with multiple stages, with complete continuous integration, etc. I can't connect to VPN. Can you check something for me? Because developers don't need to set up things like VPN. Why we hire DevOps? He is the guy who should do all of that. We need business metrics. We have application in COBOL. It has 20 years. We don't have time to work with that, but you're a DevOps. DevOps are collecting metrics. You can edit code of our application. Yeah, always. Client wants to finalize deployment at 14 or some weird country with totally different time zone. Will you be available at 3 a.m. At Sunday? Always. This is how we work. We don't sleep because we are DevOpses. I accidentally ran sudo, rm, rf. Yeah, of course, we have backups done every 5 minutes. What's the reality? You have me, and I don't have any special magic powers. I can't fix all of that, but I believe I can help you never let that situations happen, using tools, using experience, and using sharing knowledge. So understand what your needs, and DevOps can become your best friend, because I will repeat myself, but I think it's very important. It's not about skill. It's not about how fast you can reconfigure the whole system. It's about idea you have for it. So, do you really want to hire a guy who will do everything for you, or you're looking for a guy who will solve the problems at a procedure level, at the working with team level, with daily meetings, with sharing knowledge, with integrations, with showing tools? I believe the second one. Can you think of an application as a system, or just want to do your code and go home and someone else do the rest? Yeah, we had something like sysadmins few ages ago, and they do this, right? So why do we need DevOps? Dirty job, exactly same thing. You don't want to know what happens. You just want login and password to the tool. No, you don't. You want to utilize all that features to make great benefits from it. Do you think when you choose the framework and pretty nice NoSQL database, and this is application architecture? Not really, because there are so many edge cases you must be aware of. You must know it will happen sometime. And that's experience. Yes, we need to talk. The worst developers from DevOps perspective is the guys who don't talk, who don't have expectations, who just want to make application working, not be part of that, who don't want to understand why is it working like that, why we use such specific tools, etc. So I think it's time to memes. Yes, every presentation has to have some memes. So it works in my local environment. Everyone met with that. We are creating application, it passes CI, it passes manual tests, everything works, we deploy it and it doesn't work. Okay, it's not my problem, it's your problem. No, it's our problem, because we're working as a team. If I don't understand application deeply, if we don't work together, I can never understand the problem and find a right solution for it. Probably I can do some protheses using tape and glue, but this problem will back. So let's work together and find a solution to don't let it ever happen again. Next, you must check this new tool. Yeah, we always love new tools. Everybody loves new tools, especially JavaScript developers. New tools are great. Mostly they solve a lot of problems, but in most cases, they are not mature enough to use in production environment. They has a lot of problems. They need to have security audits. Of course, we can talk about functionalities they deliver, and we can probably find better solutions. Maybe we can use even this specific one, but we must talk. We must look for solutions, not just for tools. Tools never do anything for us. Tools is something that let us do our work better than ever. I need sudo. I need sudo on cluster. I need sudo on each machine, because actually why? Because probably you want to do some live edits on code and debug it. Let's talk. Ask me, and I can show you a lot of ways to maybe create a production environment on your local computer, maybe simulate it someone, maybe I can show you a way to reproduce problems you had. But it's all about communication. It's all about cooperation and working together. Can you set up my local environment? This time I can say, yes, I can help you set up your local environment. I can help you understand why it works like that and why it doesn't work later, or I can show you new tools. I can create tools for you, but we must discuss. You have to show me your problems and we can create solutions, because we are not tools. We are using our experience to solve problems. I lost my private SSH keys. This is the second one of my favorites. Typical situation when we are going live and a few days before the whole team finds they don't have access to servers, they don't know how to view logs from application, to view metrics, because you're DevOps, you can do all of that. Yeah, I did it, but you can't use it, so it's useless. Use that tools, share knowledge, share experience. Yes, and this is something I mentioned earlier. New tools. New tools are great, but do implement it with cold head. Don't use new tool because it is trending on GitHub with 11 stars. Perspective. It's all about perspective. I told you who am I, not to advertise myself, but to show you that I'm not DevOps with 10 years of experience, but I believe I make my job best I can because I'm thinking about solutions, not about tools. I have great guys in company who help me a lot to understand how to make things, but the best thing I can share with team is my experience and knowledge which tools are best to, or which solutions are best to solve our problems, not how to do this. So, how to maintain good relationships with your DevOps. Have expectations. I really love when my team asks me to implement something new. Not situation when I propose new tool, not situations when we need new tool, but when team asks me, we have a problem, we are looking for solution, and I can find solution to solve that problem. This is one of best things in DevOps work. Don't be afraid to ask. Let's talk. We can do this together, and I will be more than happy to show you how to do this. I can help you do this yourself, because each developer should be like DevOps. Maybe not on the beginning of your career, but in the one moment you want to have a lot of DevOps skills because it comes with experience. Learn. I'm not offering you solutions. I'm offering you experience, and I like to show you how we can solve this problem, not solve it for you. Because if I solve it for you, it will back. It will back from other team members. It will back for you. Maybe I will even met this problem after some time. Maybe I will not work with you anymore, and this problem will back. Let's share knowledge and how we solve problems. And my best one, please, guys, set up your VPNs. We have a lot of great tools like Grafana, like Prometheus, like log aggregators. You can use it to make your applications better, faster, to debug it. But there is always one problem. You don't have access because you cannot configure your VPN. Please do this, and you will make your DevOps happier. And you will give him time to prepare more tools like that and be even more efficient. And maybe this is, I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but it's not about tools, it's about experience. Talk about your needs. Don't tell me you need that tool. Tell me you have some problem and you need solution, and we can find solutions. Maybe the tool you need is very expensive, requires a lot of resources, maybe new machines to buy. And in most cases, there is solution much simpler, much more lightweight than what you think is the best one. Never expect tools, expect dialogue. You can become DevOps, and this is, in my opinion, a completely natural way of developing your career. Because, as I mentioned, I repeat myself, but it's very, very important. DevOps is experience. I hope I don't repeat myself too many times, but I have to repeat it again. It's not about tools. It's about experience. It's about communication. It's about dialogue. It's about solving problems. It's about agile approach. And I think agile approach is something all of us and any one of us need to make our work better, faster, less problematic, and much more enjoyable.